Parent Entrepreneur Power. Conversation number, what? 200? No way. All right, Power Parents, you just better hang on to your hats because I'm going to take a trip down, yes, memory lane. And maybe it's not as unique and exciting and fun-filled with cute little kid voices like my 100th episode was. Go back to parententrepreneurssuccess.com/100 to hear what that's about. But this is still going to blow your socks off because there were some absolutely incredible, successful, amazing entrepreneurs on this show in the last 100 episodes, and I'm going to end it up with a really amazing surprise. So hang on to your hats. Here we go. So I hope you remember some of the people that I'm going to introduce you to or reintroduce you to, but I'm going to take a couple of them and give you snippets of specific quotes because each of these people that I'm going to reintroduce you to have totally impacted my life and my business. And if you've been listening for the past couple of months, you know that my business has changed and morphed and grown drastically. And it's because of all of these people and the messages they gave me and the ones that I chose to respond to. I know I keep talking about this, but it is so very important. We have a choice what we reply to. And this particular person, the first person I'm going to start with, Mr. Dan Kushel, he is PEP 112 if you want to listen to the whole conversation. But this particular snippet hit me like a ton of bricks and started me on this path. Check it out.
Every entrepreneur I've ever met at one time or another has had that voice of doubt. And the key is to you leverage that voice of doubt to realize that's exactly why you have the opportunity. Overall, there's I heard Joe Polish say this, Mary, that there's no relationship between being good and actually getting paid. And that's a hard lesson for all of us. I mean,
yes,
I still feel like I'm learning this myself, and so
I've been there.
Yeah,
yep.
And people don't buy us or buy from us because they understand us, right? They buy from us because they feel understood.
So, the voice of doubt, and people buy because they feel understood. And the idea that just because you're good at something doesn't mean you get paid for it. Those three things together really started me thinking, what am I doing? What am I here for? I'm told when people consult with me and I help them go through their business and either start a new business or adapt what they're doing or find solutions and tools, that I'm good at what I do and I'm very passionate about what I do. But how do I get paid for that? How can I get over that sense of doubt that I'm good enough? And how can I get paid for what I enjoy or what I do? So this next person kind of took that to the next level, and it was Jim Joseph, and his episode is PEP 116. And let me share with you one specific quote that he had. He says, "You need a product, but you want a brand." So a product, toothpaste is toothpaste, okay? Doesn't matter. It's going to pretty much do the same thing. But the brand is what you have an emotional connection to. So let's just take Parent Entrepreneur Power or Parent Entrepreneur Success. I bring you people every week or chat about being a parent entrepreneur, and the brand isn't really well defined. Really all my business was consulting parents to build their businesses. And I did not define that very well. The product is consulting, business consulting. The brand is parenting and business. And you may listen to me each week and you may hear my voice and you may have a connection with that voice. But really, what is the brand? What do we do? And I just did not have a sense of what that was. And then shortly after Jim Joseph, we took our first trip to Europe. And we experienced amazing things. And I got to speak with two brothers in Italy, in Vernazza, and they have run this beautiful little cafe restaurant for many, many years. And the conversation with them really brought home that it really doesn't matter who we are. We all need the same things. And through talking to them, I understood a little deeper what the brand was and how it can impact people, because we kept coming back to this little restaurant because of the brand, because of the personality, the experience, what they stood for. They had a sign in their window that said, "We don't serve eggs. Don't ask. You are in Italy. Eat our food." And that totally spoke to me because that is my attitude. I'm definitely that kind of communicator. But so I got a little deeper. And then I got to actually chat with Cliff Ravenscraft. Check out what he had to say.
What I have today as experience, it's something you can't buy. It's only things you can actually live through. And with experience, I can help so many people today that I wouldn't be able to help otherwise.
If you want to listen to Cliff's entire episode, you can go to PEP 133. But that exact moment, I have a lot of experience in online business since 2003. I love learning, so I've tried almost every tool. Obviously, I would never say I've tried every technology and every tool, but I've tried a lot of them. Lead pages and website builders like Homestead and Weebly and WordPress. And I definitely don't do Weebly. Please, it just don't. You can't take your information with you. Let's just put it that way if you want it to change. So I've dabbled in all these things and tried many different things. And I see what works and how we communicate and all those things. But really, this experience can't be taught. You have to actually experience it. And so that really was my greatest asset. Truly my greatest asset. And the next person I spoke with, or the next person that impacted me, Dave Sanderson. You have to check him out. PEP 138. He is the author of the book Moments Matter. He survived the miracle on the Hudson, as did every other passenger on that plane, thank goodness. But he's turned that into a very wonderful speaking career based on that experience and how it woke him up. And I have to share what he said. He said, "Success leaves clues." It leaves clues. Are you following those clues? Now, I am also someone, and I'm sure you are if you're listening to this podcast and you listen to other podcasts, I am someone who follows people and listens to what they have to say, and I try things, as I mentioned. But what I was trying wasn't working. So many of the people that I listened to, not that, and many of them that I talked to as well, but many of them that I listened to, the podcasts, the blog posts, the videos that I watched online, they told me the same thing. Get your expertise, create an online course, build an audience, and sell it to them. And I tried that over and over and over. I tried it with different expertise, with different technology, with different things that I did, and it didn't work. Number one, I didn't have a brand, like we've already talked about. I wasn't using my experience in a way that people needed. Okay, remember we also talked about people don't buy from you because they feel they understand you. They buy because they feel understood. And all of those things were culminating. It was not working to say they feel understood, so I'm going to sell them an online course, or they feel understood, so I'm going to create a membership site, or they feel understood, so I'm going to sell them this cheat sheet. Okay, those things were not working, but success leaves clues. and I needed to follow the clues to success. And a dear, dear person to me, Dori DiCarlo, had started getting some incredible success. And the way she did that was she stayed true to her core. She stayed true to what she totally was passionate about and believed in. And that was her company. And it basically morphed into Stadium Bags. And I got to talk to her about the incredible changes that were happening in her business finally. You can check that out, PEP 139. But she also showed me that you stick to your core, you stick to your passions. And I love two things. I love communicating with people and actually impacting their lives and their businesses. And I love new technology. I love understanding how technology can take that communication to the next level. So I started thinking, how can I stay there? How can I use that? And as you've seen, this episode is about me, but it's about the changing times. It is about me, yes, and this podcast and how it is changing, but it is also about the changing times. And the changing times are that our communications are getting very, very noisy. And the regular ways that we communicate, email, website, all those things, are not getting us or our customers what they need anymore. And all of these things I'm sharing are showing how that is changing. So hang on. Next, I got to talk to the first person I got to talk to on this podcast, Mr. Pat Flynn. He said to be clear what your goals are and where you want to be, and to visualize what it'll look like on the other side. That happened, and about 2 weeks later is when I was introduced to messenger marketing. And Andrew Warner had his webinar that introduced me to this whole world of Facebook bots. I I was lucky enough right around that time to dive in, just dive in and do it and trust. And all those things that I've already outlined with all those other people came to fruition. My experience, it just all made sense. And right about that time, I also talked to a very dear friend of mine, Mary Lou Kaiser. You can listen to our conversation, the second conversation, at PEP 164, where we specifically outline exactly what I did to start this new business, Messenger Funnels. And I would highly recommend, if you are at all struggling with how you can sell your service or product, to go listen to that episode, because we outline exactly what you need to do in 5 steps. I have someone in my community in Messenger Funnels who has listened to that episode 8 times and used those tools to sell his first 2 clients. It is very powerful when you take all of these things we've been talking about and wrap them up into a very specific package, a very specific outline, step by baby step, to get things done. That was the start of this whole journey I'm on right now. And I got to tell you where it's come from here, where it's gone from here. From that episode 164 to today has been about 9 or 10 months. And it has been a fast and furious ride. I actually got to interview Julie Christine Stoyan. Now, she's an incredible woman who's done some really incredible things with funnels and business development, and specifically digital marketing. And then I got to speak with Peter Lisowski. He is the CEO of Chatbot Nation, and he has another AI development company, artificial intelligence. And just chatting with him and the things that he's working on just expanded my mind. I have grown and learned so many new things in the past 9 or 10 months that just I can't even articulate. And then I got to meet people like Michelle Bridger. Now, if you think that Facebook is not a place where you can actually make connections and sell things and build a business, you are wrong, or you are looking at it wrong, in the wrong way. Facebook is not somewhere where I go to sell. When I get those messages on Instagram, or not Instagram, yeah, Instagram too, and also LinkedIn, when I get those messages on LinkedIn where someone's just trying to sell me something, that is just so yuck, right? It just is yuck. It scammy, spammy, all those things. But when you actually go, now I understand, when you go into groups and into forums and just on your page in Facebook, or share things on Instagram or LinkedIn that are truly valuable to people with no expectation, that is when the magic happens. That, when you give up and you give in to the abundance mindset, okay? That's what this is about. When you give in to that mindset, yes, we all have to make money. Yes, like Dan Kushel had said, it's a different thing when you're good at something and making money at it. So, but when you're good at something and you share some of the value that you have, people will respond if it's something they need. So that's where the key lies. Share what you have, the abundance mindset, with people who need what you have, and they will come to you. So Michelle Bridger, she and I connected because we were in a group together, and I was talking about bots and I was talking about Messenger, and she is a Facebook ads expert, and her ears perked up because she was doing a launch of her Facebook ads course. And she connected with me and asked me questions about Messenger, and then hired me, and then proceeded to send her clients to me. I have actually gotten at least 5 new clients from Michelle alone because of the experience she had with my willingness to share my expertise, my amazing passion. I'm telling you guys, I am still to this day, 9 months later, so passionate about this new communication model. And it shows in everything I do. So Michelle, PEP 177. And then I got to meet Kelly Garrett. She and I both went to San Francisco together to hang out with Andrew Warner of Mixergy and Bot Academy. I'm telling you, that one thing catapulted my life, my trajectory to success, because I got to meet some very incredible, influential people. And Andrew, yes, I paid him for his course, but he did not have to pay for me to stay in San Francisco and chat with him for 4 days. He did not have to do that, but he did. And I got to meet Mikhail Young, the CEO of ManyChat, and Dan Gamito, just an incredible, incredible human being who is the CPO, partnerships, of ManyChat. And we all got to hang out and talk bots and think about the future and dabble in the future and experiment with new fun tools. Kelly Garrett's episode you need to listen to, PEP 179. And from there, another individual that I really think you should pay attention to is Isaac Morehouse. And he is the CEO of Praxis. Praxis is an incredible, incredible tool that's available to young people as an alternative to college. And boy, that hit home, because my Evan is actually right where all these kids are. And it's so incredible to watch.
It's all about the attitude. They have what I call forward tilt. They're almost literally physically leaning forward. They're so eager about opportunities. They have the work ethic and the drive, and they're self-motivated. Lack of skills or experience is not that big of a deal if the mindset and the attitude is right.
That's it. People, that is it. The mindset is what matters. Do you have a forward tilt? Are you so eager and passionate about learning and growing and helping people that you just can't sit still? Do you have that forward tilt? Do you have that mindset? And I'm here to tell you that is the mindset I have. That is the passion that I found in myself. And I just plugged that passion in, that forward tilt in, to the right thing. I've had it since 2003, but I haven't been able to plug it into the right thing until right now. And I hope you've been listening over the last 100 episodes, because if you have, you've seen it change and grow and morph. And the next person I got to talk to changed everything for me.
This happened once where Olivia and I were walking with one of the kids when they were a baby through a boardwalk in somewhere in South Bay, and suddenly the kid pooped in his pants, like through the diaper, and it came out. And we had nothing with us because I refused to get weighed down. I refused to allow these kids to weigh me down. I want to be free and go do whatever I want. And so I've got to tell you, no issue at all. I took the pants off. I went into the sink in the bathroom. I washed it. I used soap, and then I went to the hand dryer. I dried it off. We were right back in business, and we continued. And I see these parents, and I understand them. I'm not putting them down, but it's not me. They carry around a backpack full of stuff, full of food that's exactly their lunch, full of the apron or the bib or whatever it is that they need. I refuse to do that. The only thing that I will do is, when they were kids, I would take diapers with me sometimes. And I've got to tell you, I live in a city. I've always lived in major cities. There is a store where I can go and buy a diaper anywhere, right? So if we're at a stage where I need a couple of diapers, I'll shove one diaper in my back pocket with a couple of wet wipes in a plastic bag, and that's it. And we can go anywhere. I'll do it right on the street if I need to, on the sidewalk, if I need to, and change a diaper, and we're right back on to enjoying life and living it. If that's an issue and we go through that one, I need another one, I'm going to find a Walgreens somewhere, or I'm going to be creative enough to solve it somehow. We were on a long flight, and we didn't have a baby bottle for the baby at one point. That was really painful, but I found a way. There was someone on the flight who had an extra bottle. I borrowed their bottle, and we made do. I want to go as light and be as in the moment as possible. And so whatever crazy stuff they could throw at me, I think I could handle. Again, this isn't me going out of business because of it. Bring it on, kids. Yeah. Bring it.
Okay, so Andrew was talking about life with his kids, but I guarantee you he looks at his business in a very similar way. And that one attitude has made the difference in me being able to capitalize on this new platform, Messenger, and help some incredible entrepreneurs really create some amazing results. If you want to know about those results, that's what I'm going to talk about at the end of this episode. But the point of this whole episode is to help you see over these last 100 episodes of Parent Entrepreneur Power how I have changed and capitalized on the things that these entrepreneurs have advised. They have lived these things, and I have taken snippets of them and created an incredible business out of it. What Andrew said is just as vital and true as all the rest. Bring it. Whatever you have with you, you can make it. You can figure it out. Use your intuition, your creativity, your problem-solving skills. Don't look at things as, oh my gosh, the diaper blew up all over his back and we have no other change of clothes or anything, so what am I going to do? And panic and just go home and stop having your adventure for the day. No, stop, look around, think of what you have available to you and make it happen. That, right there, will help you take advantage of what's coming in the future. Believe me, I've seen a little teeny glimpse about what's coming in the future. And you want to be able to just handle whatever gets thrown at you. Okay, so let me recap, because I'd like you to ask yourself some of these questions and see if you can speed up your process and get to the next level a little bit faster with a little more wisdom, and reframe what's around you so that you can jump to the next success level. So we started off with Dan Kushel. Leverage the doubt that you have and realize that people buy because they feel understood. Jim Joseph talked about, are you a product or are you a brand that connects emotionally with your audience and your customers? Cliff Ravenscraft asked, what experience can you leverage that can't be bought in a course? Dave Sanderson, success leaves clues. What clues are you following to create your success? Dory DiCarlo taught me more than anyone else, never, ever, ever give up on your passion and your experience. Pat Flynn asked, what are your goals and what vision do you have for your business and your life? Visualize it. What do you see? Mary Lou Kaiser and I showed you 5 baby steps taken consistently that will get you where you want to go. Michelle Bridger, my conversation with her taught me that it's all about your network and what you give through abundance to that network. Kelly Garrett taught me to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented and that you will be able to meet incredible people along the way. Isaac Morehouse, do you have a forward tilt attitude, work ethic, and drive to move forward? And Andrew Warner, can you figure it out quickly so that when life happens, you say, bring it? If you ask yourself those questions, you will be able to jump to the next success level because people, power parents, I have learned one very important lesson in these last 9 or 10 months, and that is, it's all about your attitude. It's all about your mindset. The tools, the technologies, the information is at your fingertips, but your mindset determines how you look at those tools, how you absorb them, whether you see them as opportunities or setbacks. Your mindset will make it either happen or it will make you stay where you are. What is that mindset? How can these last 100 episodes, and specifically the last 9 months of the things I've shared with you personally, how can that help you jump to the next level? Please, that's all I want to do. So with that in mind, I am having a drawing, a random drawing of the people who opt in to this list for this episode. And if you text PEP 200 to 44222, you will be entered into this drawing by opting into that email list. That's text on your phone, PEP 200 to the number 44222, and you will be entered into the drawing. And what you are entered into to win or to be chosen for is a private 1-hour conversation with me where I take you into the back end, into the heart of my business and how I conduct business every day, and how last month I made $11,954, and this month so far, $13,756. If you want to see the behind the scenes of what that looks like and what we do and my team and the systems and what we sell and what we consult, all of it. If you want to have a 1-hour conversation with me to look at that and ask whatever questions might be applicable so that you can take the next step into the next level, hopefully it'll be a leap into the next level of your business, then text PEP 200 to 44222 and you'll be entered. So there's the end of our 200th episode together. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope you hang on for the next 200 and more. Enjoy the journey, my friends. It is so incredible.